Stop it. Five. Where you at, Usman? Where you at, Street Judas?
Some people love the guy and others absolutely hate the antics that come from Colby Covington. The one thing that you cannot doubt is that he's going to get in the ring and put out his all against whoever the opponent is from the other side. The welterweight mixed martial artist is dubbed the Chaos and was not always this way. Instead, he had to build up this persona that has caught the eye of many MMA fans, whether that's good or bad. In this video, we're going to walk through the crazy rise of Colby Covington, his trash-talking persona, interesting connections to other MMA fighters, and lifestyle. We're also going to talk about his net worth and how much he's truly making throughout his UFC career. Before we get started, give us a like and let us know what you like or hate about the Chaos Covington. Let's start with the background and humble demeanor that was Colby Covington for so long. The two-time Pac-10 wrestling champion was no slouch leading into his UFC signing, placing in the top 10 in his weight class as a senior at Oregon State University. He then moved on to professional wrestling, being featured alongside his American Top Team teammates on Impact Wrestling. This was to show that he could be an entertainer as well, and something we'll touch on later. It was clear that Colby had a drive to compete though, and duke it out with the best of them as he transitioned into a professional MMA career in 2012 with American Top Team. And in just 2 years, he was signed onto the UFC roster in 2014. This was when the Chaos fighter started to realize that being just a competitive fighter isn't going to cut it. This wasn't just any sport, it's one that's within the entertainment industry and he has to match the fighting prowess with being an entertainer. His wrestling background made it so that some of his fights were drawn out and not as entertaining to the day-to-day spectators. That led to Colby Covington creating a new persona almost overnight and being a completely different guy, especially in front of the camera.
I knew I had to make a change. I had to do something that was going to get the fans involved, make it a circus, because this is the circus business, So I knew I had to make a change and I had to do something drastic that was going to get the fans and everybody hyped up.
And well, it worked incredibly well. Whether you love the man for his antics or just want to boo him, your eyes are on him. It wasn't that Colby Covington wasn't a great fighter all throughout his career. He's been able to duke it out with the best of the best, beating out opponents like Robbie Lawler, Tyron Woodley, and Jorge Masvidal. He even held the interim UFC welterweight title in 2018 after a decision win over Rafael dos Anjos. Here's a stat that tells you a bit about the change not only in persona, but tactics. During his bout with Robbie Lawler, Covington set the UFC record for most strikes thrown in a single fight, hitting an incredible 541 strikes and averaging more than 100 strikes per round, leading to his decision win. The gas tank on this fighter is just incredible, and he's been able to develop his striking skills to complement that of his wrestling. That skill set, aligned with his trash-talking personality, has created a polarizing villain fighter that everyone loves to talk about. Before we get into his lifestyle and net worth, we found a couple of interesting connections between this fighter and others. One, of course, is his infamous fallout with Jorge Masvidal. At one point, these two used to live in the same home and even train together.
Me and this individual shared a lot of memories,
Yeah, you guys were real friends.
At some point, I would have considered us real friends. Knowing that he'd take to the internet or online to bash me when I had never bashed him, and he just took to bashing it, whether it be for a Facebook like or maybe he's gonna get 10 more pay-per-view buys when we do fight. If you would sell out our friendship like that so quick, we never had a friendship. It was all fake. I thought we had a friendship, but I could see from your end to mine, we were never cool, man. You were just using me or whatever the hell, sleeping on my couch. Obviously, you already knew who I was, so how would I get Colby on your show? I'd tell you about my boy Colby. I'd do it with other radio shows. So I just feel like, man, this dude's a punk.
Now they are at each other's throats and are going to court due to a sucker punch that occurred a while back. This was after the fight that Colby had won against Jorge.
No, it wasn't. What I'm going to do to Colby's going to be uncalled for, and I can put my life on that, man.
In addition, he shared a dorm room with John Jones during their time at Iowa Central Community College. Maybe the MMA is quite small and everyone pretty much knows each other.
I got to live with him and really don't like him. If any of you guys got to know him, man, he really is a rotten person. I think the MMA community is going to start to see it.
You were roommates with John Jones?
Unfortunately, yes.
What happened with that? If you don't want to talk about it, it's okay.
No, it's all good. I'll tell you the truth, man. He started doing some testosterone, and his emotions, just got out of whack, and he started getting angry at everybody that we were living in. We shared a bunk bed, like we were in these apartments at Iowa Central Community College, the college that we wrestled at in junior college. We did 2 years there together, both junior college national champs together. So, we were in these dorms, and he just like how most roommates get, it's just like being with a wife. It's hard to live with a wife, there's always going to be those different opinions, or she's going to get mad the way you didn't put your toothbrush back, or you didn't cook food on time, or this and that,
or close cabinets, shit like that.
But we just
onto how this new arc of Colby has played out. And while it looks cringe because he's posting videos and pictures of what seems like purchased models, the guy's done great for himself. The Chaos Fighter is estimated to be worth upwards of $5 million and growing. His wealth primarily comes from his MMA career, where his UFC total earnings exceed $2.4 million, and along with endorsements from brands like Reebok, Bang Energy, Alienware, and MyBookie. His largest reported payday was $580,000 for a title bout against Kamaru Usman. Covington also has investments in luxury properties, including homes in California, Oregon, and Miami. His car collection includes a Range Rover, a Mercedes-Benz, and multiple Ford models. What I find the most interesting while looking through the welterweight star's lifestyle and net worth is the duality of his persona and personal self. On one side, he's posting pictures of partying and going on yachts every day with beautiful women, yet on the other side, he's collecting this wealth and using his image to continue building on that. It's clear that this guy isn't living it like everyone else thinks he is. It wasn't always amazing though. Colby Covington's fallout with American Top Team stemmed from conflict with teammates such as Jorge Masvidal and Dustin Poirier. His brash persona and trash talking created tensions in the gym, prompting complaints from fellow fighters. These disputes led to his departure in 2020 after 9 years with ATT. Covington later said that his exit was due to Poirier's influence, accusing him of lobbying the gym management and coaches against him. And since leaving, Covington has been training at MMA Masters in Miami, maintaining a more individualized approach to his career. Despite his brash persona in the UFC, Covington has also demonstrated a softer side by supporting charities, including the military and first responders. After winning the interim UFC welterweight title in 2018, he even visited the White House and donated his belt to President Donald Trump, expressing his support for the troops. So, what do you guys think about Colby Chaos Covington? Do you believe that he's worth over $5 million? And most of all, do you think he will continue building up a legacy inside the UFC and become a hated villain, perhaps the most hated one we've seen? Where do you see his career ending up now that he's past his prime? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, we appreciate your support. If you enjoyed the video and learned something, leave a like. That's all for today. We'll see you next time on Knockout TV.